Yeah, I just felt like he couldn't get a hold of my gap, and I was feinting a lot, trying to upset his rhythm, and I think that was working throughout the majority of that fight.
Hi Jeff, how are you? You didn't seem at all overawed by the occasion. Just how did you mentally deal with such a huge crowd?
Look, I feel like I perform like much better in front of a crowded. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just wired that way. If no one's there, I usually just don't try very hard. But the more people you have in the ring, even if I'm just sparring and it's not competitive, I still perform a lot better. I usually have a really bad last spar, but I had the whole gym was packed on the day and I had a real good last spar. So it's just going to be 10 times better when I have 50,000 people there cheering me on.
Jeff, congratulations. But just take us through those moments. I think it was in the 9th round. Looked like we were in a bit of trouble. It was a really tough moment in the fight. I mean, what kept you going when in that difficult moment?
Look, that was just, I guess, my heart just kept me going. I was just like, yeah, he got me with a couple of good shots in that round, and I did go back probably more in that round than any other round in the fight, but I still felt good. Bit blurry in that right eye. I don't know if it was a head clash or it was a punch, but I came back in the 10th, 11th and 12th. Yeah, so he let me know that we lost that round and that Manny won that one, and the ref then came over and said, show me something or else I'm going to stop the fight. And we're like, hey, hold on, hold your horses. We're not that bad. We can keep going for sure.
Somebody remarked that you undid the tape yourself 3 or 4 times so you could get a respite.
I don't know how to do that. That's a good magic trick if I could do that. I'm good at magic, but not that good.
Bit hard with a boxing glove on to do something like that. The referee actually asked me, do you want me to stop the fight at the end of the 9th round? But I said, no way. I said, I know Jeff, and no way. I knew that give him a minute, clear his head, he was good to go again.
Glenn, question for yourself. You came under a bit of scrutiny over the course of this week leading into the fight. How vindicated do you feel right now?
Well, we always said we would shock the world today. And I said yesterday, I said today would be Sunday, bloody Sunday. And I just knew I could see in my mind's eye that this was going to be a war, and we kept saying that. We said this is going to be a war. I mean, Freddie Roach had mentioned I thought it would be an early day. And I said, no way, this fight's going to go deep. This is going to be deep, and this is going to be a test of spirit. And the two warriors out there, and Manny fought it out right to the end. He tried his hardest, but Jeff was just a young lion, as we said. He was hungry, he was skillful. He wasn't just, people thought, oh yeah, he's just a Ricky Atten, he's just going to come in and try and bully him. We had, as you know, a 10-point plan. We stuck to that plan. We went through it carefully, what we had to do. It worked. We just had to execute well on the day, and there's nobody better that I know of that can execute a plan than Jeff Horn. He can really execute a plan. It was tough. I mean, every round I was putting adrenaline on that eye. Every round I knew if the blood started to run into his eye, we're in trouble. So I was mindful that we had to contain that. That's a pretty nasty cut. So, these things come out of left field. They try to derail you, but we weren't going to be denied today. Neither Jeff nor I were going to be denied. We come here to win. We didn't come here to put up a good fight. I know that Bob had said, even if you put up a good fight, you'll still be big in the US. Whilst I respect Bob for that, I can tell you there is no way we just come here to put up a good fight. We came here to win, and we did win.
Congratulations, Jeff Horn. Congratulations, Glenn. Can you just talk about, Manny Pacquiao's speed and power?
Look, he was quick when he put the combinations together, but I felt like the gap, controlling that gap, that distance, it really made it a lot easier to see his punches coming, and I could easily just step back and dodge a few of them and then counter him with my own. So that aspect, which is just the size difference of both of us, was a big advantage.
Jeff, can you comment on a couple of things? Firstly, the 117 to 111, one count, 115 to 113, and again 115, 113 to yours too. Were you surprised by the margin of victory for you, according to the judges?
No, not really. I wasn't really surprised. I was going back to the corner, and the guys were letting me know that I was probably winning majority of the rounds, but obviously he's champion. He's going to edge some close rounds, and I was happy that I'd won the fight. I'm just stoked that I'd won it, especially unanimously.
And two of the judges scored it 115 to 113, which means 7-5. You can't go closer than that. One fighter they gave Jeff 7 rounds. They gave Manny 5 rounds. If you change one round, it's a draw.
Jeff, now that you are the title holder, is defending your title overseas in your immediate plan, or you prefer to defend it here in Brisbane?
I don't know. I'd rather, I guess, if we can, draw the fights over here and have them in Australia and have some big fights and make it alive over here again, boxing. So I guess that's up to Top Rank and Juco Events to kind of arrange and see what's worth doing, and obviously the government in Australia behind us.
But maybe down the road it'd be nice for you to fight in Las Vegas or Madison Square Garden.
It's always a dream to fight in Vegas, that's for sure.
Do you think that now that you've won this fight, people will start listening to you now?
Probably not, unfortunately. No, hopefully that does earn some respect with the kids, and hopefully they listen a little bit more.
Glenn, Freddie had a few issues with your hand wraps earlier before the fight, and then he mentioned, I think, to Ben Damon that he felt you guys didn't show them enough respect during the week. What did you make of that sort of goings-on pre-fight?
Well, you know, again, for some reason, Freddie, you know, didn't like the colour of the tape. You know, he said it's brown, it's got to be white, and I said, hang on, it's fabric tape. I mean, fabric tape is like fabric tape. What does it matter what the colour it is? And the WBO official didn't seem to have a problem with the colour, but Freddie did, and I said, Freddie, no problem, we'll use white tape. If it's really concerning you, the colour of the tape, we'll use white tape. So he brought his tape in, and I said, okay, you happy to use that? We did use that, so, you know, I'm happy. I'm not going to let anyone derail me. You know, there's no way anyone's going to derail Jeff or I and say anything at all that will upset me. You know, we're both in the zone here. We had a job to do, so if that's the way. I thought they were a little disrespectful when they were saying things like Justin Fortune said yesterday that the only way Manny Pacquiao could lose his fight is if he tripped on the way to the ring. That's a little disrespectful.
Well, that's because he's Aussie.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe, I don't know. I thought that was a little... Freddie has always been very good to me. I've had no problems with him, nor Manny. I think Manny's a legend. I still do. Fought his heart out today. You can never ask for more than that. Yeah, a couple of things happened. I mean, saying that they thought it would be early, I thought, no way. I've visualised this fight over in my mind many times. We've gone over the strategy. As I said, you plan the work, you work the plan. We did that to perfection. Jeff executed beautifully today, and it just went pretty much exactly how I thought it would go. Going into the 11th round, I said to Jeff, this fight's close. Either you're in front or it's 5-all. I said either you're in front by 1 round or it's 5-all. It's close. We really need to bring it home hard here, Jeff. And I thought Jeff won the last 2 rounds. So I was confident that we had the fight. I thought we've got the fight. There's not going to be a lot in it. There'll be 1 or 2 points, couple of points. You know, there won't be a lot in it. But I was really confident we'd done enough to win the fight. And thankfully the judges saw it the same way I did.
Jeff. Tutico, do you have the scorecards? Tutico, you have the scorecards? Who? Paco. Good. We don't have to speculate how the judges scored.
No. I think it was 215s to 113.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, was a little bit wide. Yeah. Thanks, Paco.
Argentina, I'm not sure. I looked at them some time ago, but they weren't from the Philippines, I know that.
No. All right. The first judge, the one had it 117 to 113, 117 to 111. That was Roldan. He's the Argentine, I think.
Yeah, Argentine.
Yeah. And Flores had it 113 to 115, and you're quite correct. He scored both the last 2 rounds for Jeff. And Ramon Cerdan had it 113 and 115, but he scored the 11th round for Manny and the 12th round for Jeff, but the scores came out the same. I don't know, where is Serdan from, Paco? Where? New York? What? Roldan is from New York, and Serdan is from Argentina. Right, yeah. All right, so pretty well the two judges saw the fight sort of the same, and one judge had Jeff winning an extra round. 117 to 111 is 8-4. Right? Yeah.
Very good.
Hey,
I think
Jeff.
that was a fair decision, by the way, how it went. I was pretty comfortable with that. And as I said, I think that we got off to a great start. First 2 rounds, I thought we clearly won. We got off to a great start. We were looking good. So, yeah, it was all going to plan.
In the first 2 rounds, 2 of the judges had it for Jeff, both rounds, and 1 judge had the first round for Jeff and the second round for Manny. So that's quite correct. And I thought that Jeff, watching it, had gotten off to a big lead. And then Manny came back, and then Jeff did well at the end. That's how it was. That's like an Ali Fraser fight.
Oh, yes. I think this fight, I said some time ago, I thought this would become fight of the year, and people thought I was crazy, but I think it's going to be hard to beat that fight. I mean, you know, it had everything. It had accidental head clashes in there. Both fighters cut. I mean, you know, it was just a great fight. And I think, as we said, when Manny fought Mayweather, it was a cat and mouse game. This was always going to be a cat and cat game. So 2 hunters out there, and what an entertaining spectacle. We knew the styles would work beautifully together, and it was going to be a great fight. And I don't think anyone left here today disappointed. Lots. We can keep improving. Jeff will keep evolving and improving. As I say to all of the guys at training, you're always a work in progress. So, you know, when you stop improving, I don't believe there's a status quo, because when you stop, the other guys are improving. So, relatively speaking, you fall behind. So, we can keep improving Jeff all the way. He's getting more hard.
The teachers will love this one. You've got to be a life learner.
Oh, yes, they'll love that.
You ever fight in the Philippines if Bob ever gave you a chance to do it over there against Pacquiao?
Yeah, possibly. Whatever happens, happens. I don't know.
Yeah, we do have a legal and also moral obligation to consider Brisbane first, right, Dean, for a rematch?
Yeah.
I take massive confidence from this fight. I believed in myself before, but now that I've done something like this, I've climbed the Pacquiao mountain, which is I like to call it, but now I've got to look at the other guys that are up there as well, which is Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. They're 2 targets, I guess, on the list as well. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, you did great.